Was Iblis an angel? For those of you, okay. For those of you who don't know, Iblis was not an angel. Iblis was a jinn. But because of the amount that he worshipped, because of how good of a Muslim he was hanging out with the angels, right? It's like a 16-year-old kid hanging out with the shuyukh. What up, sheikh? All right, pass the mango juice. Right? Iblis was chilling. Iblis was the best out of all the jinn. He was the best worshiper. The angels, they don't have a choice. They have to worship. It was the way they were created. Right? It's what they do. I'm an angel. I worship. Hi, nice to meet you. Iblis had a choice. He could have been deviant. He could have been pious. He chose to be pious in the beginning. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said to the angels, prostrate to Adam. فَسَجَدُوا إِلَّا إِبْلِيسِ. And they bowed except for Iblis. Was Iblis an angel? So why did Allah say that Iblis didn't bow when He told the angels to bow? He was up with the angels. He was hanging out with them. The response of Iblis, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, why did you not prostrate when I commanded them to prostrate? Iblis said what? خَلَقْتَنِي مِن نَارٍ وَخَلَقْتَهُ مِن طِينٍ. You created me from fire. And you created him from clay. What's that all about? I can burn things. He just gets things dirty. But Iblis was not an angel. And because of that answer, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that was the beginning of his curse towards becoming a shaitan al-rajim, the one who's going to spend eternity in Jahannam. But I ask you this question, and I make this point with intellectual humility, with the ability to be modest with your brain. No matter how smart you are, you realize that Allah knows everything. Iblis said, I'm made from fire, he's made from clay. And I'll tell you right now, that was the wrong answer. What could have Iblis said? Yes. I'm not an angel. You told the angels to bow, Ya Allah. I'm not an angel. Isn't that correct? Did Allah not tell the angels to bow? Did He tell the angels to bow? Is Iblis an angel? Could he have said that answer? Would he have been right? Yes. But his arrogance and his ability to submit to Allah with his intelligence made him forget truth. He forgot the basic point. His logic was gone. He couldn't even use the most basic argument back. Ya Allah, I'm not an angel. You told the angels to bow. I'm a jinn. Instead, he said to himself, I'm made from fire. He's made from clay. Completely forgetting the most basic of truths on that day. He was not able to say to himself, Iblis, you must intellectually submit to Allah. أَلَا يَعْلَمُ مَنْ خَلَقَ. Does not Allah know His creation? Did Allah not create us? Does He not know us? Doesn't He know what's good for us and what's bad for us? So why sometimes do we not listen? Because we are not able to intellectually submit to Allah and say, Ya Allah, I know that you are the most knowledgeable and that I have flaws in my knowledge. And I know that you know what's good for me and you love me and want what's good for me. And sometimes shaitan whispers to me and my nafs takes me off that straight path. Being immodest intellectually and spiritually will take you even further off the straight path. Being immodest spiritually will make you not thankful. Being immodest intellectually will make you think that you know better than Allah. That you don't have to do what He says because you know the answer to everything. I don't want to wear hijab. Why not? Because I don't want to. Doesn't make sense. My hair, when the sun hits my hair, it looks just beautiful. I don't want to cover that up. Come on, let's be serious. Have you seen this jawline? Why would I cover that up with a beard? I could model this jawline. Dentists would die for this. Right? Brother, you're wearing that shirt from Baby Gap. You're 21 years old. Have you seen these pectorals? I spend hours on these. I skip Maghrib, Isha, and Fajr for these. Have you seen these biceps? It's how I open up achar cans. Allah says something to you. Allah says something to you. He says, and this is going to take us to our next point about physical modesty. Allah says something to you, and even though shaitan's going to say, nah, it doesn't make sense. There's a hadith. You guys know what masah is? Wiping over the socks? Without talking about the conditions, leather, whatever, without any, you can ask your imams at your masjid for that answer. Ali ibn Abi Talib, he said something very interesting about wiping over your socks. When you wipe over your socks, where do you wipe? The top. Do you wipe the bottom? Does that make sense? Does the top of your sock hit the floor? No, unless you walk really weird. Right? Only the bottom hits the floor. Why do you wipe the top? Because that's the sunnah. That's the way the Prophet did it. And he is, mashallah, the coolest of all creation. May Allahumma salli ala Sayyidina Muhammad. He did it one way. We intellectually submit to the Quran and Sunnah. We're not going to say, this doesn't make sense. I'm going to wipe on the bottom of my socks. No, you're doing it wrong. You follow what Allah and the Prophet ﷺ said because they have already proven to you that Islam is the haqq. It is the truth. And it is beautiful. And it is a happy way of life. The third and final way. You guys want me to keep going or should I stop? Okay. Okay. Jazakallah khair. May Allah bless all. I love you all for the sake of Allah. The third and final way. The third and final characteristics of being immodest is physical immodesty. You have the spiritual immodesty of the heart where you reject and you're not grateful and you're not thankful and you're arrogant over the gifts that Allah gave you. Inshallah, we're not going to be amongst those people, right? Then you have the intellectual immodesty where you say, Ya Allah, I know better than you. This doesn't make sense to me. This whole Quran thing doesn't make sense to me. I read it, it just doesn't make sense. And by the way, if you read it and it doesn't make sense, don't give up. Don't give up. Give it a chance. Come talk to one of us brothers. Talk to your counselors. Ask them for help. I know sometimes it sounds like Shakespeare. A lot of times the translation you're using is difficult. We can help you, inshallah. We can guide you to get a good translation because this book, once you read it, it will change your life.